Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm running a little behind on my videos, but that's okay. I will get caught up this week, so just give me a little bit of time. I'll try to do a video a day and get them all uploaded. I'm closing out April right now. This is Paycheck 2 of April, and Paycheck 2 ended on the 29th. And then the 30th, my husband got paid, and then that's a whole paycheck, and we're going to do that one. You'll see that in just a minute. And then I will do a separate video setting up Paycheck 1 for the month of May. So that'll be in a couple of days or so. But for right now, we're closing out April, and this is a whole closeout video. So I've already done my weekly check-in. I know my totals on my spending for grocery and household and restaurants, miscellaneous, and gasoline, which are my spending categories. I don't have written here yet, but I do have the numbers. And we're going to go over how much actual income that came in for the month, or for the paycheck. I do that. I switch month and paycheck and week all the time. And I'm very sorry when I do that. I can just stumble over my words. So if you want to hear content like that and you like content with budgeting and all the budgeting things, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and go ahead and give a thumbs up and hit that notification bell so you can see all my videos on how we do paycheck to paycheck, monthly budget, weekly check-ins, sinking funds, savings trackers, all of it. We do the whole thing here. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel. So here we go. First things first is we need to do the Paycheck 2 closeout before I can do the Paycheck 3. So I'm going to move some of this stuff off to the side here and just open both sides of the page. So I know this says Paycheck 2. I don't know why. I should have done a Paycheck 3 and just closed that one last check out. It'll be short and sweet, no problem. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pages out and we're going to write and fill all the things in and know exactly where we're standing before we get into our monthly budget for, the month of May, which we're already in May 2nd today. So this is when I'm recording this video. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So I popped the pages out of my notebook. I use a tool notebook. I like the 8.5 by 11 size sheet of paper. That's what I print all my budget sheets on. These are my budget sheets that I actually create for my Etsy store. It's Lisa's Faith Budget Plan, and I'm really excited about the new upcoming new products. I've been creating all kinds of new stuff lately, so I throw stuff up in the shop periodically, and all these sheets you're going to see in my videos are all from my budget store. So it's Lisa's Faith Budget Plan. It's linked down below if you're interested in anything. But first things first, we need to close out Paycheck 2. And in order to do that, I need to know how much actual income came in for the time period. And then I need to put down the totals for our spending categories that I don't get to track until I'm done spending for the time period right here, and then do our actual income minus expenses at the bottom so we know what we have for the next paycheck. So our totals here for income during this time period, balanced forward from Paycheck 1 was $563.53 plus the $2,313.28. My husband had VA education deposit because he signed up for new classes. So we're going to add $125 that came in. And then I had to do an adjustment for $210. I'm not sure where the added thing, $210 come from, or $2.10 came from. I just know when I looked at my bank account and looked at the numbers that I was running in my planner here, they didn't quite match. But it was in my favor by $2.10. So I'm going to go ahead and add that adjustment. Either I wrote a number wrong and transposed it and carried it forward, or there was more income than I realized. I have no idea. Doesn't matter. That's why you check in, during your paychecks before a new paycheck comes in, see where your bank is, see what's outstanding, and then come up with a total. That way you know what your paycheck to paycheck budgeting should be saying. And it matches. So it's very important to do that. And that's one thing I always do between each paychecks. So $3,003.91 is what I have here. And I might be off a penny still, so I'm not sure. All set up. Now you're going to see here HBO Max. HBO Max is a subscription that we have. And this subscription, my husband and I, mostly me, and then I told my husband this is what I did. But I was like, I needed a way to put stuff on the credit card that we have, that we want to keep current to keep our credit score up, but not throw things like dinner and toys and games and stuff on there and then just forget to pay off later. So I figured if it was already a bill that we were paying, let's just put on the credit card and then just pay off the credit card. And so I decided, well, let's just start with the subscriptions. And since there's stuff I'm already paying anyway in our budget, I know I can afford to make the monthly payment on the credit card to pay it off every month. So HBO Max, I went ahead and moved that over. So that's why it's $0 here. So we did get charged for it, but it didn't come out of the checking. It got charged to the credit card. And then I just paid off the credit card at the end of April and took care of it. No problem. The next thing I have here is our electric bill. This was the actual amount. I usually get my electric bill in time before I do my sheets, and I always know the actuals. The only time I don't know an actual to any of my bills is my city utilities towards the end of the month, because it's every other month that I am billed, and I don't know until like 2 weeks before. So that takes a little bit of time. Life insurance for me and all 4 members of my family, 4 adults in my family. Let's see, $87.56. Let's see, and then our tithe to our general fund at the church. I didn't get Audible transferred to the credit card in time, so it did come out of our checking account. That's another subscription we have. I'll put $14.95, and then sinking funds. So normally, I think I have it here. My sinking funds are $485.66, and what I did was I subtracted the $2.99. So it came out of my checking account, this Oregon sinking fund bill, but these go in, my deposits actually go into a savings account. So I didn't have to transfer all of it, and whatever was in that sinking fund got redistributed to the other funds when I only just took out part of it to pay this bill. So I like doing it that way. It works for us. So hopefully I explained that well. It's hard for me to really explain some of that sometimes, but yeah, if you have questions or anything, put it in the comments below, and I would love to talk to you about them. So Oregon Sinking Fund, it was $2.99. It's a 1-year termite agreement for our house. Vivint Home Security is $56.46. This portion that we're paying is for the service to monitor and to, if we need fire and rescue, or like if something's going on with the house, we have carbon monoxide, and we have smoke detectors, and we have motion sensors and break glass and door things and all the things. So luckily we haven't had to have an emergency, but it's here when we need it, and we feel very safe and secure. It's a good service. I really like it. So I do have in the description box below, if you're interested in Vivint and you want to sign up, there's $50 for you, $55 for me. So I do get money back if you use my referral link, if you want to use that. So there's an option there. But do your research and make sure it's something you want to use or can afford to use, because the equipment is not cheap. And we paid up front for our equipment. You don't have to. They do have a monthly thing for that too. iTunes, $2.99 for storage. That also got switched over to the credit card for next month. And then Sprint, this was our cell phone bill, $290.83. Every dollar I canceled altogether. Just didn't need to use the app anymore. I'm back to using my spreadsheet, which I kind of like. And I want to get into creating some of my own things in there. I loved it. It's just, I do paycheck to paycheck, and it's not as easy to do paycheck to paycheck with every dollar, so I won't be doing that anymore. I still have the free version. I don't know. I do so many of these. It's just, I have no idea what I want. In order to keep it all straight, I have to limit myself how many applications I'm using for budgeting. Verizon is our internet, so that's $82.71. And then city utilities was $100. And then now we're getting into the actuals for the grocery household. So I'm going to put this right there. And let's write in what I actually had for grocery household. So the actual grocery household, this is coming from week 3 and 4 of my weekly check-in, is $633.06 for that. Restaurants, and this is a 2-week paycheck period, so that's what's covered. It's more than what I budget for, and we're definitely over budget in that area, but I do compensate for it in these two, in the miscellaneous and gasoline area. So restaurants, we're over budget just a little bit. This is $353.46. Miscellaneous is how much? $145.93. And then gasoline was $95.33. So the difference between the two, the first one is, let's see, $152.17. And then this one was $9.51. Now, I typically don't total this column up. I just like keeping track and seeing visually where I'm over and where I'm under. Miscellaneous, I was under, and this is where you're going to see I compensated for it. It's $143.32. And then I was over $119.18. I thought I was going to drive more in the month of April because I did go visit my mom 3 hours away. And that's a half a tank gas and back, and I have a big vehicle, an Armada Nissan. So yeah, I thought I would spend more gas, but we didn't. And so I had the extra money I budgeted for it was still left over, and that compensated for all of that right there. So let's continue with adding these totals up. So there's $100 for city utilities right there. I'm going to add, and then now we're going to go into grocery household. So plus $633.06 plus the $353.46 plus $145.93 plus $95.33. Now, Discovery Plus, I signed up for and then got it on the credit card before it charged my bank account, but I had already written in here, so I just put 0. I could have erased it. I decided not to for whatever reason. Our landscaper came by, plus 55, and then this one, even though he cut the grass on April 29th, the checks don't clear until the next week, so I'm including it in May's budget instead of April's budget. So I just moved it to May. And then my husband had ABC Health for his CPAP supplies, $60.27, and there is that. So this is how much we spent. Let me get my calculator in a good place so I can write. $2,857.23. Okay, we're gonna negative this number, and then we're gonna go back to the top here, and we're gonna add $3,003.91. All right, and somehow that should have been 8 cents, not 2 cents. All right, the total I need to get, let's put it this way, because I know this is what was in the check account. This is 2 cents off, so I need to go back and change that. $146.66 was the actual number, and this should be an 8, not a 10. Real stuff here going on, real stuff. All right, and then so 2 pennies. This 2 is 89. That looks better. Okay. I think that's right. Let me make sure. So 285723 and 146.66. Yeah, 89, not, yeah, 89. There we go. Now I feel better. Sometimes budgeting, you know, when you're so detailed like I am, it just drives you crazy when you can't get all the numbers right. So this is what the actual bank account said before the new paycheck came in, and I'm good there. And so now I'm going to take this other paycheck sheet and I'm going to write down that number as a balance forward. So when I go to the next paycheck period, it's balance forward. Now you can call it whatever you want, but that's just what I call it. The amount was $146.66, and that was the actual. All right, and then salary amount. My husband got paid on the 30th of April, last day of the month, and it wasn't assigned to any bills. So we just kind of got to do what we wanted to do. And what we wanted to do was do savings. So that's what we mostly did here after we tithed. So that was $319, not 19, $13. I smeared it. Ugh, I hate it when I do that. Okay, 13. And 29 cents. So that's what we have. So let's total that up. We'll do it on both sides since it's an actual as well. So 14666 plus the 231329. There we go. The actual is $2,459.95. Alrighty, so $2,459.95. And then first thing we did for expenses is tithe. And that's our $310. And this is a number that my husband and I came up with God and in deep prayer and understanding of tithing and what the principles of the Bible say and how we do it. This is important to us, and this is what he's guiding us in, and we have been so abundantly blessed ever since we began obeying in that way with the Lord. So yeah, that we always tithe. I did have to make a Visa payment, and I charged a lot of things on the credit card. Now, our Visa credit card actually has a $24,000 limit, but I spent a lot of that this month. I paid it twice this month, and the second one was the $760.37. For paying it off to bring my credit card to zero before May started. Even though my credit card cycles is actually, the paid due dates are actually on the 24th, so I try to get everything done before the 24th. Yeah, no. 60. There we go. And then the last thing I have is savings. Emergency fund. So what you're going to see here is a pretty big number, and it's actually going to put me in the red negative going into May. Now, May 1st was not when my husband's normal checks came in. He usually gets paid on the 1st for military retirement, VA disability, VA education, and our son pays us rent with his SSI money for his income. And because of that, it always comes on the 1st, but the 1st fell on a Saturday, so we actually got it on April 30th. Even though this is going to show red, the new money for the next month was already in the bank account. So really, we actually had the money physically. I just wasn't counting it on paper. So it wasn't a bad thing to go red because I knew the money was physically in the account. So this is not a negative in a bad sense. But we did decide to put in $1,460. There we go. I can't write today. And $1,460. There we go. I think it's because I'm writing straight up and down and not angling the paper. That's causing the problem. So this here is in increments of $365, which is a savings tracker that I have that I absolutely love, and I've been filling in. I have these little piggies that I color in, and they're so cute. Let's see if I can find them real quick. There we go. I fill these piggies in. I did that in my last savings tracker sinking fund video. And each one represents $365. So that's why I do it in increments of $365. So I can fill in or color in a complete piggy. I don't like coloring in partial piggies, so that's what drives me. So I'm going to take this number, which I still have on my calculator here. I'm going to subtract the $310. I'm going to subtract the $760. 37, and then I'm going to subtract the $14.60. It's going to be a negative $70.42. And I'm going to write that here in the bottom, and this is what's going to balance forward into May. Now, like I said before, $70.42. The cash was in the account for May already, even though it was April 30th. And I technically did not go negative in my bank account. I just did on paper, and that's all I did. Now, the total for these three items, 310, 760, 37, plus 1460, I did this a little bit backwards, is $2,500. So this is what we actually had in expenses, $2,530.37. And that is that for our budget sheet. So that's how I take care of that. So when I start my paycheck budget for paycheck 1 for the month of May, my balance forward is going to be this negative number, so it can deduct it from the new pay, and we'll move forward. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that is the closeout for my monthly budget for the month of April. I ended with a negative $70.42, but it wasn't actually negative in the bank because the other 1st of May's income was already sitting in there. So I didn't mind going negative. So make sure when you're doing your budget, if it comes into the negative, make sure the income is there, whether you're borrowing it from the next pay period or you're taking it from emergency fund to take care of yourself and your family. It's very important to make sure you don't bounce anything or, cause problems and go insufficient funds, because they charge you out the wazoo for those things, and that's just not fun. So, yeah, this has been closed out, my monthly budget. This runs alongside with my paycheck 1, paycheck 2 kind of thing. That's my grocery household. I'm missing a paycheck. Oh my goodness, I put it on the wrong side. There we go. Here's my other page. So yeah, this was paycheck 1. Should technically say paycheck 3. That's my fault. So paycheck 2, close out, balance forward, and then the last paycheck of the month. So paycheck 1 took 2 pages. I knew that was going to happen. My monthly budget closed out the same. It took me a little finagling because I did my numbers a little bit off, but I got it figured out. And yeah, everything came in that we expected. So that was it. This was my monthly budget. How would I grade myself this month? I usually, if I grade myself for anything, it would be the spending categories. C's on grocery household, C for restaurants, A pluses for miscellaneous and gasoline. Did really good. They compensated. I still have money left over. I just, I have to be careful going forward into the next month. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.